was scrolling on TikTok the other day and I ended up seeing this fire animation, and basically like the whole point was like the author's like OC was writing a letter to like their crush, and then the crush is like in the background and stuff. I literally thought this was so fire. And I was like, oh, like I would love to make that one of my OCs, but I wasn't really like motivated to do it, so I kind of like just like forgot about it, and it was like whatever. Went on about my day. Now, if you know anything about me, I love Bridgerton. I love Bridgerton with my whole being. Okay, I was there when that show premiered, and every season I wait till midnight to watch it. Okay, I don't play about Bridgerton. Then the idea dawned on me, literally smacked me in the head. Oh my gosh, you should do that animation meme with Bridgerton characters instead. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am a genius. I'm such a genius. So that's what I'm doing here. The problem is I don't know how to tween. Like, I have tweened before, but they have all turned out like really, really booty. So I was like, I'm gonna need some help here. Luckily, the person whose animation I found, they have a tutorial on how to tween, and I was like, thank you so much, thank you. So that's what I ended up doing today. But first, with any tweening animation, you need to have drawings. So as you can see, I just drew my first character, and she has two different outfits. I drew Sophie from season 4 of Bridgerton, and she's like the main character, but she is in like a masquerade outfit in the show, and then she also plays a maid in the show. So I drew both of her, those outfits. Those are you're seeing right there. And for the second part of the animation is going to be Benedict, and he's going to be the one writing the letter to her. So that's what you see me drawing right now. So like actually, I low-key think that this drawing was also Buns. Like my Sophie drawings, I think those came out amazing. Like I feel like she looks just like she looks in the show. Benedict, I'm a little scared. Okay. Now Benedict is my favorite Bridgerton, so I was like really adamant, like, oh my gosh, this has to be amazing. It was not good. I do not like this drawing. I feel like it looks nothing like him. And it's chopped. And then even when I showed my friends, like after I rendered it, I was like, maybe it's not that bad. And I showed it to my friends and they were like, and I said, yeah, this is a little chopped drawing, but you know what? No one's gonna be really focusing on the drawing. They're focusing on the feeling of the animation and the movements and stuff. So yeah, the way I rendered this, I rendered it like how I render my comic book, which is like, I just do a multiply layer, some blush, and a little highlight. Like I try not to go too overboard with it because I know I'm gonna be tweening it and cutting it up. Now another like cool little Easter egg thing I did was at the beginning of these animations, because now it's like a trend, they always have like a little badly drawn character, like stick figure at the front. And since Benedict does draw Sophie a lot in the show, I decided to draw her really quickly, and that was going to be like my intro animation. Time for the tweening. Every time I do one of these, I always catch myself off guard when I put like the title cards and stuff, and then I do it again anyways. Okay, so the next part of tweening that you're supposed to do, and that the tutorial says, and any tweening tutorial will tell you, is that you're supposed to break up the body parts that you kind of want to move in the animation. So after I already draw like the finished animation, I separate mine after. Some people separate them while they're drawing, but I find that that's like too much work for me. So I kind of just separate them after I'm done and then draw on top of the parts that you're not supposed to see. So since this was his body, you're not supposed to see his hands or the book, I kind of just draw over it, and I find that this process works really cool for me. Like I'm able to separate the parts. It looks great to me. Like yeah. And this is probably the easiest part, again, of tweening. Like after you just draw the picture, all you have to do is just copy and paste and cut it up. Like wow, this is so easy. That was the last easy part, because now we get into the fields. Okay. So what I'm using to tween here is ToonSquid. I use ToonSquid to make some of my actual animations. So like actual drawn animations. But ToonSquid is also really good for tweening because they have like a lot of, it's more versatile than a light motion, and it's like a one paid thing. You don't have to pay like a monthly subscription to keep all of the features. So the tutorial I was watching by Jelly Donut on TikTok is on a light motion, but I was obviously doing this in ToonSquid, so it was a little bit of a learning curve, and this video is sped up. I looked at my recording was over 30 minutes long of me doing this, so this is sped up to the max. But basically what you do is after you like break down all the body parts, you build them up together kind of like a doll, and then you connect them in the app kind of like a doll, like, oh, the head goes to the body, the hands go to the arms, and things like that. And then I was just watching the tutorial on how to move him. Like I was doing this on my tablet, and I literally had the recording of the tutorial on my phone, and I just kept looking back and forth, and I was like, wow. And there was a part that they skipped in the tutorial where basically when he's like scribbling out the drawing, he kind of like shakes his head back and forth like while he's scribbling it, like, oh, no. They did not include that in the tutorial, so I had to figure out how to do that, and it looks, I'm not trying to be self-deprecating, okay? I'm really not, because I did work hard on this, but there are some parts where I'm just like, yuck. But this is only I would say this is my real first attempt at tweening, because all my other attempts at tweening, I usually just follow the tutorial faithfully, and then I don't really do anything about it. Like, I don't really have any like original ideas or anything like that. This is my first time where I was actually trying things out, and I was going off of the tutorial, and I was really trying to learn the app. Yeah. I would say that tweening is faster than regular animation, but I would say that regular animation, like actual keyframe drawing, is like much more, I don't know, straightforward. Like, because you kind of know what to do. You just draw, and then you draw the next panel and you color it. But like actually tweening, like this was really hard. I don't know how the gacha people do it. I don't know how the regular TikTok animation meme people do it. Like, whoa. But I really do enjoy the look of tweening. Like, I think it's really cool, and I think it's like fun to do like a little paper doll thing. Like, look at how his little head's moving. Like, he's so cute, just bouncing around. Like, it's a nice little fun thing. Now this part I also did intuitively. I didn't follow the tutorial for this part because I kind of wanted a masquerade Sophie to fade in the background into maid Sophie, and that is not in the tutorial, so I kind of figured out how to do it on my own. What I did was I put both the Sophies in a group, and I moved them together as one in the group. And then when I wanted them to fade, I went inside the actual individual layers, and I turned the opacity down on one and then turned up the opacity on the other one. So that's how I did that part if you want to try to do that in your own animation. But yeah. And then also I left little Easter eggs, like if you've seen the show, like people were making jokes that like, oh, Benedict is drawing the maid in their like family ledgers. And so that's why I kind of wrote on his notebook that he's like writing his letter in the ledgers. Like, it's kind of funny. And then also in the show, Benedict, only thing that he has from Masquerade Ball is her glove, so I put her glove on the table. It kind of looks like a sock puppet instead. Don't worry about it. And then my background I got from Pinterest. I literally just looked up old paper background, and it was like a bunch of old journals, and I really liked how this one had like the sun on it, because Benedict is an artist, so it kind of looks like artistic and all that, so I thought that was cool. But yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with this animation. I ended up posting it on YouTube already, and then I posted it on Shorts. I also posted it on my TikTok. They all flopped. But actually, usually I would be upset about that. I'm not even upset that it flopped, because I really enjoyed actually making this. Like, I had fun in the process, and that sounds like very Disney Channel, but I'm being like dead serious. Like, I actually had really fun like making this and doing fan art of like my favorite show, because even though Bridgerton is my favorite show, I don't think I've ever drawn fan art of it. Like from what I can remember, I don't think I've ever drawn fan art of it in the years of the show that I've been watching it. So that has been like really fun, and then like I said, Benedict is my favorite character. This is my favorite season. Like, I read the book for this season, so I just really want to do some type of fan service to the season. Oh, also another thing I did right there is what you're looking at. I added on some blush to him, but yeah, so that's all. If you want to see the finished animation, I will have it linked below. in my description, and I'm not trying to be like one of those YouTubers who does like a part 2 and go click here and go click there. It's only because it like literally keeps getting copyrighted. Like I posted it to my shorts and I also posted it to YouTube, and YouTube copyrighted it 2 times. So I know if I include it in this video with the audio and stuff, it's gonna copyright it again. So that's why I just have it linked below in the description. Anyways, bye, have a great time.